with
All
a
right.
Vigar band.
Yeah, Vygar Band. Hey guys, it is Kenos here with Fat Lee, here to wrap up the last game of the night. How you doing, Lee?
I am doing good. Holy God, those two last games,
It's your funeral.
man.
Yeah, I heard they're pretty awesome. I actually just got pulled into this, but I saw the hype about the pentakills, so I'm looking forward to catching that on the replays. Um, but going into the bands right away here, looks at least so far pretty standard for the LCUS, taking out Vygar,
Oh man,
Zoe.
taking out Kokoro's main carries.
Yeah, definitely keeping that out. Keeping that York down too.
The weak fear the
We got some
shadows.
Yorick
Fear
bands, top lane
controls
bands.
Yeah, getting that.
So what do you see? What's gonna happen? What the teams are gonna go towards? Like team comp, or do you think split pushing?
Well, I'm thinking a lot of it is definitely going to be based around just trying to lock out what they don't want to play against first. Obviously, the counter picks are going to be a big part of it as well. I think it'll really depend on what kind of tempo the team reads off each other, you know, because if you see characters in a lane that you don't necessarily want to be against, then maybe you'll focus a little more on split pushing. If you see a team that you see some weakness in, maybe you'll go for team comp. So I think it really is up to the teams to decide which way they want to go for it. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe, yeah, like you said, split pushing is a really good meta this season for me, especially because I play jungle. But I mean, usually it would be more of a team oriented. But right now, as the pick goes, having a Blitzcrank support and a Morgana support, seems pretty good right now.
Yeah, definitely. Though, of course, you know, Morgana, depending how wacky they want to go, does have some flexibility, possibly being a crazy mid champion as well. Not, of course, the most normal of play, but we haven't always seen the most normal of play here. Who remembers Vagar top from last week?
Right. Taking Kokoro's Vanguard top, all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like we might have a Zac Cho'Gath top lane, so that could be definitely interesting to see. Once again, Cho'Gath manages to slip through the ban phase despite how incredibly powerful he is. We're interested to see if they go blow for blow here and pick a mid laner right after this as well.
Well, I guess it's gonna be the mid lane battle in jungle, I guess. Presence, no AD carries yet, and top lane.
Yep. And there's the mid lane pick, so
Oh god.
we just got questions about jungle and ADCs. Those are probably the types of bans we're going to be seeing coming out here. Let's see what...
Impure
Yep.
fools.
There goes the Vayne.
There goes Vayne. We're interested to see if they ban Ezreal here, because if somebody picks Ezreal, then maybe, you know, you don't know which one they've selected. Might put you
I've
in.
played with
Not a
I
problem.
played with Port many times. He might pull out the G coming from what I see, long range.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Yeah, there are a lot of range opportunities here on the red side for sure. Vel'Koz, artillery, Morgana binding, Zac bouncing in. A lot of options there. Yeah, a lot of the good ADCs getting taken out here. Misfortune with her incredible ultimate, definitely getting locked out there. Xayah, of course, has been a big force in this entire LCUS series of games. I'd be interested to see if Caitlyn gets banned here, because like you said, there's a lot of range options. No, Twitch. Okay.
A Twitch coming out.
Alright, so let's see what they decide to go with. My guess is maybe they'll pick jungle first, just to try to keep the ADC options open to them. But maybe they'll be... Nope. Looks like they're going for
The
ADC
Severe?
first. Severe would be really interesting. Of course, her abilities do give her some range as well, and also good initiation possibilities with her ultimate.
Mobility, kiting potential.
And also ability to block a lot of the predictable spells that all of blue team kind of shoots out. You know, you see the arms coming, you see the pit coming. You generally can see some of Syndra's abilities coming too, so her spell shield will work really well against those. So let's see what the response here is. Lucian,
Ooh,
interesting.
Lucian. So I'm guessing Menard's going AD carries on this team.
Yeah,
I
we'll have to
believe.
see. We'll have to see. I mean, Syndra is a character that Ace does play mid, so if he is going to play in the mid lane, that's probably where the character that he'd want to play. But he does also play ADC.
That's the real me. God, I can't speak today.
It does look as though Cho'Gath will be jungle, would be my guess, unless there's like going to be unless Gnar jungle's a thing and no one told me.
Most likely, I think it's gonna be a Prowler jungle and a Gnar top.
Well, that's very exciting. Nice to see it mixed up a little bit. And Tahm Kench as support also, or Tahm Kench top and Zac jungle?
Whoa. Tahm Kench top, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, Tahm Kench top, Zac jungle. Cool. So both of the picks that we saw earlier were actually jungles, not top lane.
Wow.
They're throwing us curveballs. Keeping us on our toes. But yeah, the Tahm Kench will be especially interesting. There's a lot of tank on the red team. That's actually rather interesting. As well as, of course, the ability to protect a lot of the characters with Tahm Kench's eating ability. Make sure to avoid things like, knockups, grabs, delete buttons from Syndra. Syndra's delete button especially is going to be a little challenged here because of all the range she's facing against, not to mention the incredibly tanky jungle and top lane.
Most definitely. Plus, the Morgana E is really brilliant for this team comp.
Mhm.
From all the CCs. Plus Spell Shield. Ooh, this is gonna be a really good fight.
Yeah, definitely. So looking at this right now, what do you think we're going to be having to keep an eye on for this series?
I want to see. We're probably gonna keep an eye on the mid lane most of the time because seeing that Kokoro is going against Bacon, I never seen Bacon play before, but I gotta give it to Kokoro. I mean, his Vel'Koz is
Yeah,
on point.
yeah. Watching Vel'Koz in action last couple of times has been really cool. And on top of that, a lot of the games that have, at least the teams that have led to a really fast start in previous weeks, have been with the mid laners roaming. Mid laners able to come down to bot lane and help secure those kills, and also while being able to maintain some presence in the mid lane as well. And so it'll be interesting to see which of these two mid laners manages to do that, if it's necessary, which it might be. I mean, Cho'Gath isn't the greatest in the world at ganking. He's kind of slow. He doesn't have any like gap closers or anything like that.
hmm
So it'll be interesting to see what kind of ganks come out of the blue team early game. To see what they take advantage of. I mean, obviously Blitzcrank can make up for any lack of a jungle, but he has to actually be able to land his skill shots.
Especially yes. I don't about Tom Kench too. His R is a really great mobility item. Ultimate.
Mhm.
We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see if he uses that to his advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see what kind of ganks they can make out of that. I did see some comments in chat earlier, hoping that the top lane will use their teleport to actually be able to get some flanks in there. So hopefully they'll see some of that higher level play they're hoping for. I'm also really interested to see, like I was saying before, about how the high level of tank really plays into this, because there have been several matches before, especially with Sion being such a huge threat that they can't really deal with him regardless of how much damage they're dealing to him. And the red team has two characters that could be like that. So if they just have that much damage, especially if Lucian gets shut down early, it could be really hard for blue team to come back against two incredibly tough tanks.
Exactly. But we'll have to see this time. I mean, I think Nora has the advantage top lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the poke for sure. Plus, Tahm Kench doesn't necessarily have huge damage output while Gnar can. So I think that top lane's going to need a lot more ganking, but of course Zac does have the ability to actually, do that a
Get
little more
in there.
effectively. But we will most definitely see as we go into the last game of the night. Thank you all so much again for joining us and being patient through these sets of games. A little bit of the delay as we were setting up for the last game here. And hope you enjoy it. And of course, doing our skin analysis here, I've got to give it to the blue team. They've got Gentleman Cho'Gath, Project Lucian, Super Galaxy Gnar. It's just all the good things. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Alright, let's get into it. Ooh, I haven't seen the new snow overlay yet. Not quite the project overlay, but it does have its charms. And so we got the teams moving out. Looks like a lot of focus is going to be happening right here at the very start of the game. Might have, especially with Morgana's bindings and Blitzcrank's pull, this could get really ugly really fast for one team, depending who gets grabbed.
Let's see this 5v5 right here.
Oh my god, here we go.
Oh my god. Oh
they
god.
all right into it. Amazing knock-up there by the Vel'Koz. Good grab by the Blitzcrank as well, but he grabbed the tank. Zac bounces in, dealing a lot of damage. Blitzcrank gets very low. Flash burn by the Morgana to grab the Blitzcrank, and they get the first blood.
Oh
Amazing.
man.
Already got some crazy action. It looks like Snorlax wants a little bit more. Lucian doesn't deal that much damage early, but misses the binding. Getting a lot of hits there on the Syndra, but don't manage to take her out. I'm sure everyone's happy with that first blood, though, as everyone except Tahm Kench got a piece of it.
Seeing what the jungle went back for. Anything yet?
Yeah, both. Yeah, I believe he stayed just to get his blue rather than falling behind. My guess is he'll grab the blue and then just teleport home immediately. Maybe grab the wolves. We'll have to see. And of course, with Blitzcrank being the one dying, that's a little unfortunate for him, but that probably is the best case scenario compared to others missing out on maybe a little bit of XP or something like that. But Lucian is here in lane already. Gets 3 CS right off the bat, but of course it's not going to make up for first blood gold. And a really quick gank here. Blitzcrank, like I said, trying to make something happen. Amazing grab there. Silence misses though, and it looks like they're just keeping him honest a little bit. Oh, Cho gets grabbed. Yeah, I think blue team is kind of flailing around a little bit here, trying to make something happen where there isn't really anything to have happen yet.
Especially when Morgana has no summoners up.
Yeah, I mean it's good that they're trying to make stuff happen, but now Cho's gonna have be at a much greater disadvantage compared to the other lanes. Yep. I mean, like I said, lots of good engages going on here. Lots of attempts to try to spin the wheel around. And if that grab had landed bot lane, they might have been able to. But until they just got to think, reassess. I mean, they're being really aggressive, which is really good. And if that Blitzcrank can make something happen, but I'm worried that Lucian's going to try to push it. Especially considering, like we commented earlier, the Severe and the Morgana both have shield abilities that stop Blitzcrank's grab. So a little too much enthusiasm in that might lead to some trouble, though Severe is incredibly low here, but isn't able to secure the kill yet. Surprised Severe's sticking around, actually. Lucian's got surprising range if you're not expecting his dash.
Plus, Ace is always really good on Lucian right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite the risk to have Severe hanging out here, but we'll see if it pays off for him with a little bit extra gold. Ace is definitely really succeeding on the CS also, but Severe caught up there a little bit. Looks like Cho's trying to gank top now. Or at least invading. Everyone knows it though, it's spotted out very easily. And Severe does go back, finally. Zac looks like he may be trying to help out with the Gnar. Does get spotted out by the ward though. Cho's stealing the Raptors.
Seeing this, Lucian looks like he's gonna have the lead since Severe bagged.
Yeah, definitely. Though until Lucian does actually end up going back, he's still going to be behind on items. All right. Ooh, flash burned immediately by Syndra in the mid lane, just to avoid that Zac. Vel'Koz is really low, like absurdly low, and his team
I want to back right now.
Yeah, his team is warning him to go back. Yeah, it looks like he finally will. Red team's playing it really close to the wire here, with a lot of their characters staying in lane with really low health. Definitely shows confidence in their champion's abilities, but also might show a little bit of confidence in just the fact that they're ahead by, you know, obviously only just 400 gold, but just they have that momentum on their side that I think will still carry on until Blue manages to get a kill or two.
Yeah, seeing this top lane going, seeing Gnar has more CS than Tahm Kench is obviously the real deal because he's just a melee champion.
Ooh, got the flash blown there on the Severe to avoid the Blitzcrank hook. Flash on Morgana actually gets the Lucian. This could be a lot of trouble for Ace. Flashes, but AI moves him the wrong way, but does still manage to get out of there. Just barely. Cho's here trying to help out a little bit as well, but gets bound himself. Yeah, Zac's still hanging out too. I mean, Zac is still perfectly fine waiting here and see if they can pick somebody else off. There's a lot of danger here for yeah, both the Cho and the and Lucian. God damn it! Here we go again. All right, we're just gonna call him Ace. That's easy. Worst part is I hate Overwatch, so I'm just making a fool out of myself even more. All right, top lane is actually getting once again really low. Tahm Kench has very few hit points and is wisely running back home. Good pull there on the Morgana. Oh, very close there on Ace. Ace is in a lot of trouble hit points wise. If Zac came back down, I'm sure we'd see a dive, but Ace is wisely heading back home.
And we see Cho'Gath standing to the side.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying, and they do get that spell shield. Dodges the binding. Trying to get a little more space for his ADC, which is of course good because every piece of gold helps. Ace currently has 700 gold, which I think is what he wanted for his next item. Vel'Koz and Sim are fighting. Really good ult! Oh, how many hit points? 30. 30 hit points on that Symmetra. Just a lot of really close things, and the Zac really wants it. Sim's at 180 now. Quickly running a turret. Yeah, they're gonna let him go. Yeah. All right. So very, very close, methodical game so far in terms of hit points. The gold has been around the 400 deficit from the first blood at the beginning. With little here, a little there. They were all pretty close at one point until all those trades happened and several of Blue's champions had to go back. Ace is definitely making good use of Lucian's AoE abilities to clear minions, which of course is what you gotta do. So, as you said, definitely high up on the use of that champion. Ooh, might get in a lot of trouble here though. He's almost face checks that, but a friendly ranged minion gets in the way. Alright, so looking at how this game is kind of going, Lee, where do you think the next kill is going to come from, assuming Ace doesn't just die here? Well, Ace answered the question for you.
Yes, he did.
I was going to say bot lane was most likely, just considering how aggressive this lane has been the whole game.
See this skirmish top lane though.
Yeah, big skirmish top lane. Gnar actually might be able to get both of them. And he does. Or not both of them necessarily.
Zach's passive saved him.
Yeah, Sax, passive. But at least he popped the passive, you know, that's important. Gnar's definitely taking advantage of his Mega Gnar state. Looks like bot lane for blue wants to go for the dragon. That ocean would definitely help them out considering how on the wire this game has been so far for champion health.
Seeing wards here, I think red team has more wards out than blue team.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. At least spread more evenly across the map. Most of blue team's wards are by the dragon to emphasize the fact that they want to secure that objective, whereas red has wards in both their jungle or both their top and bottom jungle. But that being said, the objective control is what really makes it all happen, and they do manage to secure that dragon. So that's going to be really useful for them, get that extra hit point regeneration that they so desperately want, and mana too. Yeah, alright, so they now, with those 2 kills, blue team has now gotten up to the less than 0.5 gold lead there, so not very significant, but just the momentum swung a little bit back toward the blue team, which is good for them. Vel'Koz rotating top. So, let's see. It doesn't look like this is going to get spotted. No, it does get spotted, but Gnar does burn flash. Will Vel'Koz? Nope, Vel'Koz is just establishing presence. It's good. Knows he was spotted out, picks off the control ward. But yeah, everything's pretty even here. So,
Back to resetting.
Yeah, back to resetting, though their mid laners are about to run into each other here. Vel could be in a lot of trouble. Gets really low. Does use his laser, though, and the tables are turned.
The skirmish bot lane.
Yeah, skirmish bot lane, though, distracting us. Looks like Ace is going to go for it. Flash is behind to get out of turret range and takes out Severe. So with the relatively slow action we had early, now everyone's engaging at the same time and preventing us from calling it effectively. Thanks, guys. Alright, so also now blue gets first turret, and their gold lead is extended to 2k now. So first significant gold lead we've seen of this match. And first tower, of course, which is very important. Gnar is about to hit Mega Gnar. We'll see if he makes anything happen against Tahm Kench, or if he just continues to use it just to establish his presence. Looks like they might be giving the blue buff to... Oh, they're saving it for 1 hit point for the Vel. Excellent. Yep, definitely a fight going on here. Is Mega Gnar, knocks him back into the wall. Good play there. A lot of damage going out against the Tahm Kench, but of course with his gray health ability, even if it got low, I'm sure he'd get out just fine. Gives him a little lick to remember him by.
So saying this, what do you think Silver needs to do to get back into the
Well,
lead?
not let Lucian kill all her teammates for starters, but that isn't happening considering the rotation there by Ace. Cho's coming in here on the Vel'Koz, but Vel'Koz of course deals huge amounts of damage to anyone without magic resist, and very clearly chases him off. Zac in the mid as well. I think Severe's doing what she should be doing, which is trying to get some turrets. She's not that far behind in terms of CS, but she's also, 2 kills behind. So get some objectives, get a little more gold in your pocket. Though Lucian is really pushing this top lane in. Someone's got to get up there besides Tahm Kench to stop him, and this is kind of the inherent problem, I think, with having a support-ish top lane like Tahm Kench, because when someone really wants to push, except for this Blitzcrank, who really got screwed under turret, there isn't really anyone to stop him, right? I mean, who's gonna rotate up there, sacrifice their lane presence to stop the ADC from pushing because the support top laner can't really do anything about it?
Yes. Because Tom Kench doesn't really have a good clear wave clear.
Ooh, good dive there by the Zac. Misses his little pull arm there, but does manage to help secure the kill. It should also be worth noting that Cho'Gath hasn't really gotten much play. He's only had 3 stacks of Feast, and really doesn't quite have that damage output yet, so he was really trying to go in on that Vel'Koz, and Vel'Koz just walked away, essentially. So 2 characters from blue team kind of working up on it, because Syndra's not really in the best spot right now either, though she can of course ramp up faster. Ooh, good flash there by the Cho. Might be able to get the Vel'Koz here, though Vel'Koz burns his flash as well. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I think when you're talking about how can Severe get into this, I think what they need to do is they need to get Tahm Kench into this, because Tahm Kench really isn't serving any purpose in the top lane. Vel'Koz, ooh, awesome, wristwatch there, but doesn't manage to quite get away. But Tahm Kench apparently heard me, because now he's coming down to help, guys. Taking 3-on-1. Does pop
Just
his
licking away.
Yeah, licking away, popping that extra health, but unfortunately it's not quite enough. And poor Kench is now 1-3. And it looks like we're gonna get another turret down for the blue team. Now turret scores 3-1. Gold lead has moved to 4K. And we'll have to see how red team can respond. I like that Kench did come down, even if it wasn't that impactful, just to show that, you know, he's aware, he's in the lanes, he's getting his work done as best he can. It looks like
Gnar on top.
yeah, Zac is going up against the Gnar. Zac, of course, there was 2 levels under the Gnar, so Zac is probably going to die here. I'm guessing his passive is up, though. Does burn flash. Vel'Koz, of course, reminding everyone why he is doing so well in the mid lane here. And the bot lane's coming up to gank, but he just Mega Gnar'd, so this probably isn't the best time to engage on him. Morgana all blown. They do manage to shut him down. However, blue team responds by not only getting a turret, but also snagging their first dragon, or second dragon, rather.
Plus it's a fire drake, so
yeah. So now, Ace is going to be even better. Might help out Syndra as well. So be good to see how that plays out. And of course, with the Ocean Drake now, in all of these fights that blue is, you know, getting away with half health or whatever, by the time they fight again, they're at full. You know, it looks like Tahm Kench is really out of position here and has no towers to fall back to. Blitzcrank coming up, gonna land that knockup and still maintaining the pull. Tom looked like he was maybe gonna try to flash the wall, but I think he's just... Nope, does flash the wall. Probably not getting away though, there's a lot of slow and damage there. Yeah. Might have wanted to just save the flash at that point, but we'll see where it goes from here. Not sure how I feel about Zac just kind of hanging out here. I mean, he is only level 9. He does have Vel'Koz there to help him out, but... Oh, the Vel'Koz gets caught! Excellent awareness there by that Blitzcrank. What did you think about that, Lee?
oh man, it was pretty good. But I don't know how red team's gonna come back from this deficit they have.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the Zac just jumping in like that. I mean, it was a good attempt to try to snag the relic, but doesn't quite work out for him. Yeah, I mean, I think that was... there's been a couple of plays here where the red team's just getting caught out of position. You know, especially they have to be aware of the fact that there is a Blitzcrank on the field, the Blitzcrank that can easily pull your team out of position and do a lot of damage, and that's just been kind of getting away from them. You've got the, again, just the lack of presence that Tahm Kench has is really unfortunate for them, because it just basically leaves a blank spot in their lane defense. Checking the chat. Looks like everyone's too busy watching the chat. That's cool. A lot of A lot of team rotations coming out of Red, though. That's good. Really trying to pick on this Gnar, which is a good idea to do because, you know, you got to get your picks where you can. Still only 4k down in gold, though I imagine once the Rift Herald is used, that will go up quite a bit.
I feel like right now, red team just needs to look for a pick because they can't really team fight because
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. That's why they did this whole rotation, I think, to try to either get the Gnar or get this turret or both. Syndra's here, but she is really low health. She's at 800 right now. One good... Oh, Vel'Koz, yeah, showing what I was saying there. Vel'Koz has enough juice in him right now to pick off basically anyone under 1,000 health or more. Pretty easily. Cho, of course, is here with over that much health, but he's also all alone while bot lane's pushing hard for a split push. Good try to flash bind there by Morgana, but it didn't quite work out. And it looks like Cho's gonna get picked off. He flashes. That was a really good flash and escape there, though. Sivir's ult does let her catch up pretty easily. Blows the heal, but throws up the spell shield, the perfect opportunity to block the consume. I believe that's what the ability is called. Feast? Feast. So that was a really good heads-up play there by the Sivir, and about what we probably expected to see when the Sivir was picked in the first place.
Yes, kiting potential.
Yeah, and also, you know, just blocking all the really high-powered spells that all of these characters have. Good pickup there by the Gnar. Sorry I missed it, folks. Was watching the chase down here in the bot lane, which was almost another pick-off of Tom, but he managed to back off with his bonus health. Zac is off on his own again. Lucian and Blitzcrank could have picked that up if they'd managed to have a little more attentiveness there, but of course the ward coverage still isn't quite as pervasive as I would hope to see in these kind of games. A lot of focus on River. Red's got a couple really nice ones in Blue's jungle, as well as a control ward in their own. But the best ward that Blue's got is just right here at Red's blue buff. So hopefully they can get a few more wards out there, particularly around Baron. But Rift Herald has been summoned, so we'll see if he gets any impact down. Vel'Koz is right there, and he's got a lot of CC, so he should be able to take the Rift Herald out pretty easily, especially with his true damage bonus. So, a little bit of a waste there, but I think the timer caught up with Cho, and he wasn't able to use it as effectively as he wanted to. We'll see if Red can get a pick here or not. We're at a 4.5k gold deficit now, almost. So, Blue continues to slowly creep ahead, but here we go! Big ult there by the Sivir. But they're kind of flanked on two sides here. Tahm Kench basically eats all of Lucian's ult, but doesn't quite manage to make it work out. Stun on the Cho, but Lucian continues to be relatively unimpressed. Good flash by the Tahm. Morgan's getting picked off as well. So that's a 2 for 0 right now. And it's probably going to get worse. No, they're backing up.
They could be do a Baron call right now if they wanted to.
Yeah, they probably could. They do have enough durability there, I would think. Especially if Gnar came down. But it looks as though they're content to just continue to push this turret. Which isn't necessarily a bad idea either. I mean, turrets win games, and with how weak Sivir is, you just gotta take advantage of the ADC being scared for her life as long as you can. Tahm Kench is fighting on the Gnar. The Gnar actually is in the back lane and getting hit by the turrets. Mostly getting taken out here. Good bites by the... Interesting flash there by the Zac, but I'm sure he was worried the Gnar was going to leap over the wall and wanted to get prepared for it. So good attempt to anticipate there by Alonzi, even if it didn't quite work out.
But another dragon.
Yep, another dragon secured. Got the Earth one now. Should just help him push. Vel'Koz doing a little bit of counter pushing here. Does manage to pick it off. Narrow that gold lead a little bit. Oh, gets ambushed by the wolves. That's huge. Good heads up ult there by the Sivir as long as they go up and don't go down. Vel'Koz does the slow. Does get knocked up though. Run, Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz gets... Ooh.
And now they're looking.
Yeah, now they're definitely looking for that Baron after the Vel'Koz is taken out. And we'll see how it works out. Doesn't look like Red Team really wants to contest this very much, but we will have to see. Looks like there's a pause coming up soon. I just got a note, so obviously we're behind a little bit in the chat, so we'll have a look for that in a few minutes. But we do see that they do manage to get that Baron buff just in the trade for Blitzcrank, and now they pick up Tom again. Sivir does wisely throw out her spell shield to get out of there. But now it is 4-on-3, and blue team does have the buff. 8k gold lead. Oh, good trap there by Morgana. Nothing to follow up, though, unfortunately. Good knockup. They're probably going to get the Cho here, and they do. They could actually make something happen off of this. Sivir does have her ult up. They could have considered possibly engaging on that. Gnar doesn't anywhere close to Mega, and Lucian's a little bit on his back foot. I mean, obviously he's incredibly well farmed, 7-0-5. But the Vel'Koz, just the severe power he's putting out cannot be understated.
You see that severe glitch walk, and I mean,
yeah, I've been noticing a lot of glitch walking. Lucian's doing it a lot too. Is
maybe
that
it's just spectator mode.
it could be spectator mode, yeah. Yeah, for sure. But you know, while we're thinking about this, what do you think Red Team's got to do? You know, I know we were talking about picks, but since Blue doesn't seem to be falling for that much, how else do you think they can succeed?
It's either they have to split push with Severe, but then they lose out on damage, and just not contest and clear waves. That's about what the best they can do right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they just have to kind of wait for their opportunity. They don't really have a team comp that can really force the issue too much, unless Zac just gets an amazing initiation.
Plus that Tahm Kench pick top lane is like kind of ruining their team comp. There's no engaging. He hasn't used his ult to engage at all.
Yeah, I think he only really used it once. So now Severe is using her ult. They should be able to get this Gnar, especially with the flash there from the Morgana. Yeah, this Gnar is roasted. All right, there's one of those picks we've been looking for. Now they just need to do it 6 more times.
But now they have the answer to Lucian split pushing in middle.
Ah, there's the pause we were warned about. Okay.
So what are your thoughts on Red Team, what they have to do?
Yeah, most definitely. I think that you were right about how they just kind of have to stick to the basic game plan of just trying to keep pushing your lanes, keep making sure you have lane presence, and then securing those pickoffs like on that Gnar. Because eventually blue team is going to try. It seems like blue team is fine split pushing right now. They have a comfortable enough lead, and feel as though, okay, we've got enough farm here, we can just kind of apply pressure all over the place. But I would really like to see right now Red Team rotate down and just really challenge this Lucian, because while he is 7-0-5, he really probably can't do much if Zac bounces on his head while Vel'Koz, unloads on him. So a little more coordination to pick off those heroes who think they're safe, or champions who think they're safe split pushing. I think is really what Red Team should do at this point. And like you said, like we've been saying the whole game, this Tahm Kench pick, I'm really not sure what the thought was with that. Because I mean, obviously, it has its place, but with the low damage output of your jungle as well, you're really sacrificing a lot of lane presence just to have another big tank.
Exactly. And we see the game resuming in.
All right, so let's see what's going on here in mid. Then looks like the tower probably is gonna get taken down. Baron buff's really taking advantage of it. Lucian is also taking out bot lane, so 2 turrets may go down here in this fight. They are engaging on the Lucian, but the Blitzcrank is coming back to help. Blitzcrank's gonna go in here, get it, 1 hit. Yeah, Severe just doesn't have the ability to hang in there. And the Lucian is just absolutely insane in power level. It's really you hate to see something like that. Just one ADC so out farming another that they can just delete them. And good flash there by the Cho, who is now at 9 stacks of Feast. Alright, so most of the turrets are down. We're at an 11k gold lead now. We're probably going to see the end of the game pretty soon, would be my suspicion. Just because Ace is so out of control on this Lucian.
They should have sent Syndra bottom instead, but they sent the AD carry and support bottom, and then they lost mid pressure.
Yeah. Sivir does get some presence out there with her ults, kind of scaring off the aggression. Vel'Koz is really trying his best there, throwing out a lot of spells, but he just doesn't have the health to survive against a Lucian that's this fed. And with just 2 support-ish characters left, this game is... Yeah, I would be very surprised if Tahm Kench is going to save the entire game.
And then you see some...
Yeah, see something crazy. Pentakill Tahm Kench. But Ace seems very fine finishing this game off, and he will. Victory to the blue team. And a very decisive one at that.
Oh man, that was a sad game.
Well, you know, I mean, Red did some good things early on, especially. You know, they got that excellent lockdown on the in the beginning. Did some good skill shots, especially that Morgana did a really good job for most of the game, I have to say. But unfortunately, with the top lane not really having much of a presence, and Lucian just never getting shut down, there wasn't much they could do. Yeah, alright, so yeah, thanks so much everybody for watching our sort of, you know, midweek entertainment. We'll be having the final series of 2017 this weekend, I believe. There'll be some more fun stuff throughout the last couple of weeks, but the LCUS tournament proper will just have its last match of 2017 happening this weekend on Sunday at the usual time, and then we'll be starting up again with week 4 of that in 2018. So hope to see you guys on Sunday, and hope to see you guys, you know, keeping your interest up throughout the rest of the weeks. Anything to add?
Not much, man.
All right, sounds great. Great games. Great seeing all of you, and have a good night. Bye bye.